poetry for you now. This one is called Masked Faces. Look at yourself. What do you see? What's the point of having a face if nobody ever sees it? We wake up in the morning, wash our face, brush our teeth, and we never forget our masks before we step out that door. I walk by a car and see a person that I do not know, but then I stop and realize, is that reflection really me? I walk through a sea of masks, not faces. But who can judge? We all wear them. We change masks like a snake changes skin. What's the point of a face? Friends ask, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, but all I want to do is scream. But the subject is dropped, moved on to something else, like maybe perhaps tomorrow's exam. What's the point of a face? Home, I smile and give polite responses. That will suit you nicely, don't you think? No. Of course, I totally agree. That's what they really wanted to hear. Not what you want or what you feel. Just push those emotions down deep and cover with another mask. After all, everything's just fine and everybody's happy. Then they go and brag to their friends about their perfect child and say how proud they are of the little baby who grew up so fast. But into what that baby grew up is irrelevant, just useless info. I mean, to them, that child is what they want to see. So who gives a damn? What's the point of a face? What is the point of a face? All I do is put more and more masks to cover it up, as long as everybody's happy. Who cares about what's behind what you see? When were we ever asked to look behind those masks? To share our thoughts, to show our true face. It's time to tear those masks off. It's time to learn about you, about what makes you happy. So I peel these masks off, but I look and I see a blank canvas waiting to be painted for somebody new.
Can you snap in the poetry world? I used to be soft, but you made my edges hard. When you made me believe every boy I met would hurt me. You made me feel numb and called it love. You kissed me with razor blades and said a little pain is a good thing. I gave you the Milky Way when you didn't even deserve one star. I was a fucking galaxy before I met you. But you took my whole heart and ripped it into the tiniest shreds, leaving me with no hope of ever becoming whole again. And then you just left, and it felt like someone replaced my organs with chainsaws. I swallowed poison and knives and empty apologies to try to wash the taste of you from my mouth. I shoved nails into my eardrums and played the music too loud to try to drown out the sound of you saying my name. I scrubbed my skin so hard it bled to try to erase all traces of your touch. I washed the sheets 3 times to forget your scent. But people are not like photographs that you can hide away in the attic. I can't just burn my memories of you with a box of matches. How could I miss someone so much who made me feel like I was constantly treading water with weights on my ankles, like nothing I ever did would ever come close to making you smile, or even open your mouth the slightest bit to tell me just once that you would die for me too. That's when the storm started, when my life spiraled out of my hands like a tornado and crashed into the ground so hard it caused an earthquake. Hurricanes ripped across my chest and tsunamis flooded my brain. My insides tried to tear me apart from the inside out. But I felt like nothing at all, just a cluster of cells and tissues and organs. But then I met you, and you were unlike anyone I had ever encountered. When you talked, the planets listened. When you walked, flowers kissed your feet. The sun rose and set for you. Your smile set off fireworks, and your laugh made lightning bugs dance. You found me in shambles and pieced me back together like a puzzle. You made my heart warm when I was feeling so cold. You melted the glaciers in my veins. You painted rainbows with my hands. You made flowers grow in the most withered parts of me and planted forests in my empty chest. You built a home out of the broken pieces of my frame, using love to lay me brick by brick, painting the walls with the words, "This is our house, it's made with love." You don't taste of poison like we did. You're pure and sweet like honey, and your eyes feel like home.
To conform or to not conform, that is the question. To follow the rules set by society, to take the road that has been built, or break the bonds that pushed me there and make my own way. To break free and to meet disappointment, to fly, to crawl. No more hiding by taking flight, there are no masks, just the boundless paths and I before them. I will leave the chains and discontent behind. I will only look into the future, which will be my own. There will be no coming back. That is the price for endless flight. To fly, to crawl. To crawl means to survive. That is the problem. Is it better to live or to survive? For surviving means an endless cycle. Working for money, money for surviving, surviving for working. When our turn is done, we leave our families to repeat the same doomed fate. What is the point of leading a long and comfortable life when I would never live? Yes, to take flight means no return. To fly, to crawl. To crawl to be together. To not be divided by the flight. No disappointment or painful memories. I could learn to live this life. After all, am I that ungrateful that I could turn my back on everything and everyone? Selfishness has taken a hold inside. That is the explanation. But then, what makes me worse than the others who have chosen flight? Am I not as brave as the others who had doubts? To be covered with dirt on the road that I will pave? Or to glide through a decided way? I have not yet lived. How can I give it all up to give pride to those around me? There is so much of the unknown that I could find, but to bring distraught? Oh damn, this cursed conscience. Is it fear or courage that holds me back? Is it strength to live a life that you do not want? A life of survival? Or is it weakness to run from all the troubles and devastate the ones I love? But then who am I to decide my own way? I am but a small part of a grand scheme. Will my decisions change the outcome, or do I have a say? Which is better, to listen to the doubts inside, or to close my eyes and fly? But then again, society has been around for longer than have I. So, which is better, to fly or to survive? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Woo!